Alright, this team just uses 2 crabs. One of the crabs, though, is actually an undead, the spirit crab, with a ridiculous amount of health at almost 1900. That's really high health. I mean, look at this dude. The Death Adder Hatchling, because this dude's fast as crap and hits really hard. He only has 1300. This dude right here, who's pretty tanky, only has about 1500. This dude has about 400 more than him. Spirit crab, really tanky, plus just throw up Spirit Shell. Pretty much negate all dots, even though he is only an undead. Whirlpool to do some massive damage, and Snap just to snap away at them. Then we have the Death Adder Hatchling. Death Adder Hatchling, probably arguably the best pet out right now. Well, the speed version of it, since he's 341 speed, which is ridiculously fast for having a move like Blinding Poison, where it reduces their chance to hit by 100% for a round. If you go first with this move, your opponents will have 2 rounds of not being able to hit you. If you go second, then it's just 1 round. And since this dude's fast as crap, you usually get the 2 rounds off of it. Death Adder Hatchling can take out he can take out teams by himself, he's that good. It's all because Blinding Poison only has a 3-round cooldown. Most stun abilities have 5-round cooldowns, and this is like the only one where it's technically a stun, because your opponent can't hit you, but it's not really, because they can still heal themselves or whatever. Yeah, Blinding Poison, let's see, Tiny Bog Beast, because it's a straight up stun that's on a 5-round cooldown. Yep, it's basically just because of Blinding Poison. Blinding Poison, it's Death Adder Hatchling's the only pet that has it too. It's a special ability, or a unique move, whatever. Really good. You also have your 3-round cooldown Conflagrate. Conflagrate itself also has like a 4-round cooldown. Conflagrate right here does 440 damage plus an extra damage if they're burning. This thing 200 plus double damage if they're poisoned. It's basically a Conflagrate with a 1-round less cooldown, plus, you know, the 2-round less cooldown pseudo stun, and you just spam poison on them because there's no reason to use Vicious Fang, because usually once you use Blinding Poison on them, they'll switch out, so you just use Poison Fang next, and then you use your Conflagrate. And then the Emperor Crab, just because he has ridiculously high attack for being an aquatic crab. He has one of the best heals in the game. He can negate dot damage completely with Shell Shield. And I'm just trying out Surge. Usually Snap's the better choice for this guy. Alright, going against Mr. Grubbs, Untamed Hatchling, Corefire Imp. Mr. Grubbs is a pretty good pet for killing humanoids because he's a beast type, and that can use undead moves. I don't have a humanoid though, so I'm totally fine. My Death Adder Hatchling goes first, sets up Blinding Poison, he misses. Set up Poison Fang, because I thought I was going to switch out. He doesn't though. He uses Leap instead to get that speed advantage over me, which is fine. As long as he doesn't have that speed advantage while I have Blinding Poison up, I'm hunky-dory to make him miss 2 moves. Blinding Poison, then he uses the speed, 1 turn too late, and he's going to die because of that mistake. He's not going to be able to hit me, I'm just going to outspeed him, kill him, and he's going to bring in his next pet. My Death Adder is now below 50% health, so now he's doing 25% more damage. I set up my Poison Fang. He sets up his attack boost, which is fine. I'm going to set up my Blinding Poison. Now he won't hit me for 2 turns, and he misses during that 50% extra damage thanks to his racial. Go into my Conflagrate, hit him for double damage. I hit him with my Poison Fang, not enough to kill him, but luckily for me, he uses his power-up move for some reason. Now, Death Adder Hatchling just took out 2 of his pets by himself, and I know he's about to die anyway, so I just let him die while getting off a Poison Fang. And then I can really go into either of the crabs, it doesn't matter. So I go into my harder hitting crab with the Spirit Crab, and I'm just going to set up Shell Shield so that I'll stop taking damage from his dots. I assume he's a Wild Magic Core Fire Imp, because why would you play Core Fire? Nope, he used his heal, he's not a Wild Magic one. Weird comp actually, he's probably just new to pet battling. I set up my Whirlpool and I'm just going to snap him to death. This guy's dead. There's no way he can beat my 2 crabs that are alive. Alright, this next one is against a Clone Dance team with a Little Bling, which is great because both my crabs counter Little Bling like crazy. But one of my crabs does take extra damage from the Cyclone. He starts off with his Jade Mist Tancer for some reason. It doesn't make any sense. I go into my Blinding Poison and I set up Poison Fang just in case he switches, which he does. And then I assume he's going to go straight into the Cyclone, because that would be the smart thing to do while Blinding Poison's on cooldown. Instead, he just goes for the infected the Poison Claw or whatever. So I just keep spamming Poison Fang until my Blinding Poison and Conflagrate are off cooldown. I set up Blinding Poison, he uses that turn to Cyclone, which means there won't be any Cyclone during this match unless he switches out right now. Actually, he would still probably die to the dot. So he's dead. Cyclone has a 5-round cooldown. He misses, and I switch into my Aquatic Pet because I know he's going to use Ghostly Bite, which does less damage against my Madookami, the Emperor Crab with ridiculous amount of attack. Now he has the option, oh, he's going into Little Bling. Little Bling is fine. As long as I set up my Shell Shield, I won't take any damage from him. So, Cleansing Weather is still up. I mean, Cleansing Rain, so my Surge does 25% extra damage, which is great because he was kind enough to set it up for me. I put up my Shell Shield, so I stop taking damage from Make It Rain. I'm going to heal up. My heal recovers about 1/3 of my health, which is great. And Surge has a type advantage over his Jade Mist Dancer, so hopefully he'll set up his Rain for me again, so it'll do 25% more damage, and he does. Thankfully, just gotta get 2 Surges off on him and he's dead. So unless he switches out, he's dead. Luckily for him though, Rain Dance does stay active for your current pet, so his Blinkatron's going to probably crit and hit with his Blinkatron package, which does hit pretty hard, but once his package is on cooldown, he can't hurt me anymore as soon as I get Shell Shield up. So this guy is pretty much dead after a couple of my surges because his Inflation can't hit me while Shell Shield's up. So he's pretty much lost and he just gives up because he knows he can't beat my crabs.